base of new makeup from the drugstore. About 90% of this is from Essence. I also have the new under eye corrector from e.l.f. and I picked up a couple of the new blush balms from Makeup Revolution, but everything else pretty much here is from Essence. I am missing a few pieces, so whatever I'm missing, I will just, insert as we go along. I ordered everything from Ulta, and whenever you order Ulta online, you are taking a chance that something might come broken. Thankfully, nothing did. They sent everything in this huge box with all this bubble wrap on the top. The eyeshadow palette, Blooming Wings, in one piece. Also, the baked blush is in one piece. They also sent me a foundation sampler here. We have from Smashbox Halo Healthy Glow All-in-One Tinted Moisturizer. You could pick like the shade range. So I think I picked a medium deep or tan to deep, something like that, or medium tan. Conceal and Perfect from Milani. I hate that foundation. I'm most likely using that. We have a sample of the Filter Effect from Morphe. I will not be using that either. Estee Lauder and Lancome. So yeah, I will not be using anything in here. Lancome and Estee Lauder are not cruelty free, so we will not be playing around with any of those. Let's jump into putting this makeup on our face. The only thing I currently have on right now is just skincare. I don't have anything else. We're going to start off with primer from Essence. This is the new Poreless Partner Primer. It's mattifying and blurry. It has niacinamide. I always get tongue-tied whenever I'm saying that word. Won't clog pores. What the description says, as far as the benefits are concerned, is that it's supposed to help to blur your pores, but it's also supposed to help prevent new ones, which is interesting. I've never heard of a primer doing that before, but we're going to go ahead and give this a try. It has a very clean, kind of a spa fragrance to it. It has a clear pink. Let's go ahead and start applying this. Feels very cooling. I will say that right off the bat. It feels really good going on. I do see a slight blurring of my pores. It's nothing like significant or dramatic, and it's just more of a satin matte kind of a finish. Definitely not matte. As you can see, there's still a glow to my skin. All right, let's jump into foundation. The foundation that I picked up, this is the Keep Me Covered Long Lasting Foundation. The shade that I picked up is in, it says C0BB, but it doesn't have an actual shade name. And Lord, I hope this is not going to be too dark like I went with the Juvia's Place, but we'll make it work just like we did with the Juvia's Place one. Let's see what it says the benefits are supposed to be from this foundation. It's a super soft formula that provides medium to high coverage, seamlessly melts into skin, giving your complexion an even, healthy look. Up to 16 hours of wear. I noticed that there were about 16 shades, so it's not the best shade range. Paired with the Keep Me Covered Concealer for flawless looking skin, available in multiple shades. And this formula is vegan. I'm going to apply this as usual with my e.l.f. Total Face Sponge. I'm just going to put just the slightest amount, just in case it is like way too deep. I don't want to like have like a mask of foundation on my face. It is looking similar in shade to the one from Juvia's Place, just not as deep. Smells like really, really fresh. It's like I've been picking my summer shades in the winter and fall. Maybe subconsciously I'm wishing that it was the summertime. We're like actually kind of like, I guess, iced in, as it were. The streets aren't like super bad, but we did have a little bit of an ice storm last night, but it's supposed to get worse tonight. We're supposed to have some more like icy rain, and then it's supposed to like drop. So yeah, the streets are probably going to be worse tomorrow than they are today. It's actually a really nice finish. The shade is just a little bit off. It's not like too off. I mean, you can see it's not a huge difference from the color of my neck. It's just slightly deep. Shade matching online, y'all, it's always a gamble. Next, I'm going to give the e.l.f. Camo Corrector a try. This one is the peach one. Yeah, peach. I think there were like 5 different ones. I got this one because all I really need is just like color correcting in this area right in here. I get like, really dark in the corner. So we're going to take it and just apply a little bit there. Consistency is thicker definitely than the actual Camo concealer. I usually use the Becca, Smashbox Under Eye Corrector, but I'm always looking for something that's a little less expensive, a little more affordable. So we're going to go ahead and blend this out. I want to blend this out with my sponge. You know what? I'm going to blend it out with a brush and then blend the concealer over with a sponge. I'm going to use this little small detail brush from Real Techniques. I like to use this. If I'm going to use a brush for concealer, this is a brush that I like to use. Just going to blend it in. I mean, it's correcting a little bit. I'm not saying anything significant, and you can definitely still see that darkness coming through. Let's try just a little bit more. So far, I am not like super wowed by that product. Let's go ahead and go into the Essence Concealer. This is the Keep Me Covered Concealer, also vegan. Does it say what shade that I have of this? Yeah, I'm not seeing like any actual shade names on the component itself. The shade range for the concealer is even worse than the foundation. It's pretty abysmal. There are only 10 shades. I'm going to drop a picture because I want you guys to see this. There's only one deep shade. Everything else is more like light to medium. That's a little disappointing. You would think in 2023 that these brands would know to like launch more shade ranges, especially when you're an affordable brand like Essence. You can afford to make, a bigger shade range. So this is supposed to give you medium to high coverage. Pair it with the Essence Keep Me Covered Long Lasting Foundation, obviously. It has aloe vera to help hydrate skin, minimize the look of pores, smooth redness, and help control oil. This one was kind of like in that medium neutral range when I was like picking out the shades. It's very soft. The applicator is very flexible. No scent, the concealer. I'm going to kind of apply it all over, kind of lighten some of these areas a little bit. It's definitely super creamy going on. So let's just start blending. The finish is nice. It's blending out really, really well. Let's see what it looks like under the eyes. I'm not getting a lot of coverage. So far, that color corrector isn't doing much of anything. I'm going to apply just a little bit. I'm going to let it sit for just a minute. Sometimes if you let concealer sit for just a minute, it'll give you a little bit more coverage. I don't have a powder and I don't have brows. So what I'm going to do is after this sets down a little bit, I'm going to blend it out, and then I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to throw on my Wet n Wild Photofocus loose powder and banana and my $1 Billion brow pencil, and then we will come back and move on to the blush highlighter part of this try-on video. We have 4 options where blushes are concerned. I realized that I didn't get any highlighter. I think it's because the softer a product is, the more likely it's going to come broken if you order from Ulta online. So I just went with the safer option and grabbed a bunch of blushes. Before we move on to this finish is actually looking really nice. I did set down with the Photofocus powder from Wet n Wild. You can see everything looks even now. The blush, the foundation doesn't look like incredibly different. I will say I am getting like really no coverage whatsoever from this concealer. Do you see this? It looks awful. Like, I'm not impressed with this concealer at all. Let's move on to picking out a blush. I have 2 blush bombs from Makeup Revolution. The shades are in Peach, Filter, and Dolly Rose. So we have a more peachy orange and a pinkier here. From Essence, I grabbed one of the Baby Got blush sticks. The shade is in Peaches and Cream. This one smells so good. Oh my God, it literally smells like fruity candy. Let me do some swatching. Maybe that'll help me. So that's Baby Got Peach. Very, very pinky peach. Most of these look the same. I did notice when I was trying to pick a shade, a lot of the shades in the shade range looked very close together. See, that is the Baked Blush in Casanova Bold Heart. Very, very similar to each other. Slightly more peach, slightly more pink. I could probably put this down and then set it with that. You can smell that fruitiness. Like, oh my God. I'm going to swatch Peach Filter. Oh, that is super bright. Wow, look at that. You're not even getting like how super neon that is looking. It looked a little bit deeper, a little more orange online. And then Dolly Rose. Very bright pink. What do I want to do? Where do I want to go with this? I think I'm just going to go ahead and go with the Baked Blush right there. And we'll try out the other ones later. It makes sense that the shade range would have like more lighter, softer shades right now. We'll be going into spring soon, so I guess they're just getting ready for the spring months because there were no deeper shades in any of these formulas, not that I saw. I'm going to use my angled brush from Shop Miss A and just tap into it. I've not used any of the baked blushes from Essence before. That's pretty. It's very, very soft on my skin tone. It's not super like over intense pigmented. This would be a good beginner shade for somebody that was first getting into makeup. It's soft, but it's also blendable or buildable. I'm liking it. Since I didn't order a new highlighter, I'm just going to use this one from Milani. It's my Cheek Kiss Liquid Blush Highlight in Luminoso. This one blends beautifully with just a finger. It's a blush highlight, but on me, it just works as a highlight. It doesn't work as a blush at all. You literally cannot see anything on my skin other than, the highlight part. Let's move into eyeshadow next. From Essence, I have the Blooming Wings eyeshadow palette in I'm So Fly. I think there was like 2 or 3 different color stories. It says, spread your wings, little butterfly. That is really cute. 18 shades. On one side, you have more of a purpley lilac kind of color story. On this side, it's more of like a peachy orange. With this blush, I'm going to go with this side. Hopefully, this formula will be beautiful. You know, when it comes to Essence, their eyeshadow formula is always hit or miss. They're like Milani, where they make excellent face products, but the eyeshadows you're just never too sure about. So hopefully, these will work for me today. We're going to prime with our Colourpop eyeshadow primer in Caramel. Looking at the formulas, it looks like there were only 3 mattes and the rest are shimmers, like 6 shimmers to 3 mattes. I don't really like that ratio. Wish there were more mattes in the palette. But this is what we're working with. So I think I'm going to go into this shade and just put that on the outer corner in the crease and just blend that out. And then we'll take something else and blend it across the top. We'll just do something very simple. Super bright orange. That into the outer corner. If you guys have been following me for any period of time, you know that green and orange, they're my favorite eyeshadow shades. I love to work with them. The pigmentation, it's decent. I mean, you can see it blending out pretty decently as well. I am loving the shade. Like, the tone is so pretty. This is going to be lovely in the spring and summer. We're going to take a fluffy blending brush and just take this shade and kind of blend it across the top. Speaking of brushes, I'm about to do a brush declutter. I'm not going to get that filmed today. I have a bunch of other stuff that I need to do, but hopefully by the weekend I'll get it filmed. I realize that I have so many brushes, you guys, that I do not use. This right here, I picked this little organizer up from Shop Miss A. It was like $1.55. What you see in this holder is pretty much all that I use. I don't really use many other brushes. These are like my staple ones. But if you look back here, you probably can't see them right now because I have other stuff in the front, but all the way going across the back in front of the mirror, a bunch of brushes. I really need to go through them, and I'm sure I can get rid of at least half. So that's something I'm going to be working on. Okay, that's pretty. Is it the best matte formula that I've ever used in my life? No, but they went on nicely pigmented. They blended out. I don't have any complaints. I'm going to take this shade all over the lid. That's a shimmer, by the way, in case I did not mention it. Very subtle type shine. Nothing super wow here. This palette is one that I would pull out for just like an everyday eyeshadow look. This is not something that I would pull out, for any special occasion or anything. It's pretty for an everyday look, but yeah, like I was saying, it is definitely not something that I would pull out for, like, if I wanted to do like a really wow look and I wanted a lot of impact. This is more like a use on the daily basis for an everyday look kind of palette. For my inner corner, we're going to go into this shade. That is definitely extremely subtle. It's pretty, but very, very subtle for sure. I don't have a liner or lashes to try out. I didn't pick up anything new with this haul, so I'm going to do liner and lashes offline, and then we will come back and try out one of these new Hydra matte lipsticks that I also picked up from Essence. Moving on to lips, I picked up 2 shades of the Hydra matte lipsticks. These are only, I think, like $4.99. We have Peach It, which is like a peachy nude. I am going to swatch these. I want to see what they look like. Ooh, that's pretty. Smell like fruit candy, just like that blush stick. And then we have Pink Positive. Looks like it's more of a brighter pink. Both of those shades are gorgeous, and oh my god, they smell so good. I think I'm going to go with the Peach It shade since I do have more of a peachy, orangey, warm toned look here. I don't think the pink lipstick is going to go well with that. So let's line. I'm going to line with my Persona lip pencil real quick. All right, now let's test out the lipstick. It's very comfortable. It looks really pretty, but this is definitely like a pink nude. There is no peachiness whatsoever in this. But it's nice to have like another everyday pinky nude shade. That is everything that I picked up in this haul. What were some of my standouts? The Poreless Partner Primer and the Keep Me Covered Long Lasting Foundation. I feel like the finish between these two was just so beautiful. I'm loving how my overall complexion is looking. Very soft, very smooth. I'm really, really liking that. That is very, very pretty. Really enjoyed these. I did not, however, like either the color corrector or the concealer. The color corrector did absolutely nothing, and I mean, you can see the darkness coming in with the concealer. It's supposed to be a medium to high coverage. I definitely got a more low or like light to medium coverage from this. This is not full coverage at all. I will definitely play with these more off camera, but so far this is not comparable to my Becca at all. The blush was really, really pretty too. This is a very soft pink. This is going to be beautiful going into the spring. It is gorgeous. And I did like the eyeshadow palette too. Is it the most revolutionary formula? No, but I like the eye look that I got with it. It's very smooth. It's more like, this is definitely going to be something that I will use on more the everyday basis, not something that I would pull out for like, special occasions. But I'm not unhappy with it. I don't have anything negative to say. I think it was beautiful. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to give the video a thumbs up. It really does help with my channel. If you're new to the channel and you're not already subscribed, I would love it if you would consider joining my little family and hitting subscribe, and make sure you tap the notification bell so you do not miss a thing. You can also follow me on my other socials. I'm on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. Be safe, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.